Not paying attention to any of these five things might be the reason why you're yet to get a Scrum Master job. Now, let's get started with the very first reason: your resume. As important as a resume is, many people overlook the importance of a resume in the process of getting a job. Your resume is the introduction of who you are to these organizations. Now, imagine I'm trying to meet you in a day and you don't say anything to me. How will I get to know you? How will I get to know so much about you if you don't say a word? The same thing applies to your resume. If you do not work on your resume, if you don't spend the time to craft the perfect resume for that job, then no wonder people are not reaching out to you. No wonder recruiters are not reaching out to you because you have not taken that due diligence to pay attention to the resume that is working for you. So if you're yet to get a Scrum Master job and you're wondering why you're not getting any calls, I want you to pay attention to your resume. Look at other resumes that are online. Take a look in LinkedIn. Go to Indeed.com. Compare your resumes to other resumes that are out there. Speak to your friends that are getting calls from recruiters. Compare your resume. Have someone review your resume to know whether there are details that you are leaving out. It's very crucial. The very first step towards getting a job starts with your resume. Your resume has to have all the right information that the recruiter is looking for. So I want you to start paying attention to your resume. I want you to take a look at the job description and see how your resume matches up to that job description. I have come across so many resumes that sometimes I am shocked. I'm like, are you serious? What were you thinking? So you can imagine if I have that kind of reaction, what do you think the recruiters have towards your resume? Pay attention to your resume. It's one thing to just dump all of the agile jargons in it. It's another thing for your resume to be well structured and well defined. There are all kinds of resume samples out there. And if you're looking for one that can guide you, I would recommend one of my YouTube videos where I dedicated almost 10 minutes teaching you how to craft the perfect resume. So pay attention to your resume because your resume might be one of the reasons why you are not getting that Scrum Master job. Now, the second reason why you may not be getting a Scrum Master job is the quality of your job applications. Now, it's one thing for you to apply to job. It's another thing for you to apply and give quality application to that job. It does not matter how much applications we give to a day. What matters is the quality of those applications. So I'm going to ask you, do you think you're dedicating the time to customize your resume and apply to that job? Many times I've seen people use one resume for multiple jobs. That's not how it works. Every organization is different. Every organization is unique. Their needs are different. Their needs are unique. So it's important for you to craft your resume to the needs of that organization. And that will mean that you may have to tweak your resume based on the requirements of that job description. Now, this has nothing to do with lying on your resume. Basically, sometimes resumes, you might word your resume in such a way that you highlight one skill set over the other. And meanwhile, this organization is looking for another skill set that you also have, but your resume is not highlighting that so much. So when you realize that this company is looking for someone who is SAFe certified, then you are going to introduce yourself as a SAFe Scrum Master, as long as you have that certification and you have the experience to back it up. So you have to ensure that you're taking the time to review these job applications to understand what their needs are, and you are crafting your resume based on their needs. And that's what it means for you to actually deliver quality when it comes to your job application. So it's not about, oh, I applied to 20 jobs today. How many quality applications did you apply to? That is what matters. So if you're not doing this, then this might be the reason why you're not getting calls. This might be the reason why you are yet to get that Scrum Master job. Now, the third thing you need to pay attention to is prepping for that interview. It's one thing for you to apply for those jobs, but what are you doing to get yourself ready when that call hits, when you get that email? What are you doing to prepare yourself? It's very important because you might only get that chance one time. And if you blow it up, it might take forever before another opportunity comes. So I want you to pay attention and prep yourself so that you're ever ready, so that when that opportunity comes, guess what? You will smash it. Now you've got to prepare. Now you might be asking yourself, how should I prepare? You have to prepare in terms of reviewing what you already know, going through interview questions, going on all of those conversations, be it on LinkedIn or educating yourself, just like you're doing, watching this YouTube video or listening to a podcast. Make sure that you're keeping yourself up to date with the trends in the Agile space. Make sure that you're deepening your knowledge in all things Agile and you're understanding what it means to actually lead a team, guide a team, and all the 9 yards. Make sure that you're reviewing it. Read the Scrum Guide, read the Agile Manifesto, learn about the Agile practices, join communities, join groups that they're actively talking about Agile so that you can keep yourself updated and you can keep yourself informed. That is how you get yourself ready for that interview. And if you're looking for a community to join, I have a community that is dedicated for interview preparation. Every week, we meet to review interview questions, we review our resumes, we review where we are in the process, just to make sure that every member of that community is well equipped to land themselves their job. So if you're looking for such community, click the link in the description of today's video so that you can join us and get yourself all prepped up. Now, the fourth thing you need to pay attention to is communication. I've been on interview panels where sometimes I'm wondering how difficult it is for some people to actually communicate what they know. And many times, it's not about what you know. You have to be able to communicate what you know effectively to a recruiter or a hiring manager so that that hiring manager is convinced that you are the right candidate for the job. So I want you to spend time, expressing yourself, learn how to communicate, learn how to be audible, learn how to carry yourself. When you show up in an interview, let your personality flow through. There's sometimes I've seen people on interview calls where they are so down, they look like the worst thing that happened to them in a day, and they're bringing all that negative energy to the call. That's not how it works. You have to show up and show out. Imagine it's my interview day. I'm going to be so excited. I'll be like, hello, good afternoon. How are you doing? I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I am super, super excited. All right. And, so I bring in that vibe. And by the time they ask me the question, I'm like, thank you so much for that question. And, I just smash it and I keep going and I'm going and I'm expressing myself. I'm sharing examples of how I've supported my team. I'm sharing examples of challenges I've faced. And I'm bringing all that energy with me. All of those things are part of communication. Now, imagine if it's an interview and I'm like, okay, yes, I've worked for 3 teams. And yes, yes, I supported one of the teams. Yeah, they kind of had one problem, and then I helped them out. Like you're just dragging everybody down. So communication is so key. So yes, you might have your resume right where you're getting calls. You might have applied for a job, you're applying quality and you're getting those calls and now it's time for interview and you're wondering why you're not getting a call back. This might be the reason. Maybe you're not communicating what you know correctly. So don't be so good where you've gotten to this stage and you then mess up. So you perfected your resume. You're giving out quality applications. You're prepping yourself. Don't let communication be that one thing that will mess you up. Invest on it. Stand in front of your mirror, stand in front of your camera and practice and let your personality come through. Watch it, adjust, and that's how you're going to get better. Nobody was born with all of the skill sets. We all have to learn it. And the more we practice, the better we become. So please pay attention to your communication. And finally, the last thing you need to be paying attention to is your confidence. Let your confidence always shine through. Sometimes you're never going to know all the questions, and that's absolutely okay. But the way you respond to the questions when being asked, the way you walk your hiring manager through is very important. And confidence plays a key role. Sometimes I've seen people that have not said it perfectly well, but the confidence that they brought in with them made me overlook a little mistakes that they made. I'm like, you know what? This person has the right personality. This person has the knowledge. This person knows what he's talking about. So I'm going to still give him a shot. So let your confidence shine through. And let me tell you one thing, even if you're not a very confident person, one of the things that will help you build up your confidence is your knowledge. So the more you know about the subject matter, the more confident you feel. And the more you work on yourself and you practice, you also free up yourself and you feel more confident about the subject. You feel more confident about talking to people and expressing what you know about Agile. Let me tell you this. Being a Scrum Master and getting a Scrum Master job is not the hardest thing on this world. Many people have become Scrum Masters today, and it is possible for you to also become a Scrum Master. So I don't want this to be a stumbling block that you cannot overcome, because it is possible for you to become a Scrum Master. And this year, you are going to be a Scrum Master, and I'm here to support you in your journey. Thank you so much for watching today's video. My name is Yinka, and I remain your online Agile coach. I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.